For latest updates and short audio clips, follow us on Instagram, Reading the Author.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast Reading the Author, a unique show where we read authors' mind and not their book. Meanwhile, I truly believe and pray that you and your families are completely safe and healthy as well. Guys, today we have Pardeep Fogat sir with us, and he's the author of Yoga, Past, Present, Future. Thank you so much sir for coming on our show. We are highly grateful कि आप हमारे show पर आए.
Thank you for having me on your show, Gaurav.
Yes, sir. So, sir, before we get into the podcast and know much more about your book, about your journey and everything, I would request you to please share about yourself so that our listeners can know much more about you. And do let us know how you started this writing journey, especially.
Okay, well, the writing journey basically started when I was in my 9th or 10th class somewhere. I don't remember exactly. And in those days, I was born and grew up in Haryana. And my father was a government official. So we used to travel from city to city quite, it was very fast. We will change cities like in an year, sometimes in 6 months as well. So the change was pretty constant in our lifestyle, being a kid. And writing came in from that aspect somehow. That, sometimes when you make friends, and in those days there were no cell phones or this and that. So we kept on going with it and keep on leaving a lot of friends behind. So that was, I think, the most of the time when you do not have friends, what do? You read something or you write something. I think that's where this thing started to happen with me, if I remember correctly. Okay. And slowly it turned into writing poems. Then after poems, it was, sometimes songs came in and all those things. But I never really thought that it can be, a professional thing, or I will ever write a book or something. So along with the studies and all, this writing passion, it was just sometimes write something for your girlfriends or write something for your siblings and write something just for your friends, on their birthday or special occasion. That was the whole scenario of writing. But later on, I got into yoga after MBA, and it kind of hooked to me that I should spend my life with yoga and around yoga. So that's why I came to Singapore 10 years ago, and I started my own work 5 years ago. So it is a yoga business. So that's where actually the writing thing came again in, because I saw that a lot of people have a different notion that what yoga is. The perspective is not really clear, and especially if you're a beginner, this thing goes to more of lack of information, you can say. And this was the main reason behind writing this book, that at least whatever I have experienced back in India, in here and other countries, and how people see it and perceive it, and how other teachers project themselves. Maybe they're right, maybe they are wrong, but I just wanted to put my what I feel, that this is what yoga was, what is happening now, and how I see in future yoga will be. So yeah, that was the kind of the first thought that I should write a book.
Okay. So, sir, as we know that the book is released and it's performing really well on Amazon. But after listening to this podcast, many people will think of buying this book, will be interested in reading this kind of book. So, can you share some insights what a new reader can expect from this book?
Well, definitely. First of all, you will come to know that what the traditional yoga was, how it was in ancient times, how this concept of exercise came into light, and how it affected people, and how successful it is. That's why even after centuries, people are still practicing it. So you will get an idea of what yoga was, like the main characters of building this concept of exercise. Then readers can expect that how yoga is perceived in today's world. Yoga is on physical side, on the mental aspect of yoga as well, but people are taking it more towards just physicality of it, that they want to lose weight, they want to look good and all those things. And also how it will be seen in future. So it's very interesting that how yoga has evolved and where it will be going in future.
Okay, understood. So, sir, this is something which I personally wanted to ask you. When it comes to debuting in this particular industry, like I have been in this industry for more than 7 years, we have completed as of now. I have seen a lots of thank you so much, sir. So I have seen a lots of authors, coming and just trying something which is mass appealing, like when it comes to writing their debuting book, I'm talking about. So they try to write something which is mass appealing, like they just want to go in the romance genre, the thrilling section, the crime section, something like that. But when it comes to you have particularly chosen this topic, which is, I can say, which is quite rare, right? So what was that one thing which struck in your mind कि नहीं मुझे इसी पे book लिखनी है? What was that one thing?
Well, I'm a married person, so I cannot write about romance or love stories. And the another thing is fiction and imagination is, I believe my personality is very being practical. So, and why I wanted to write this is because it's my business as well. Yoga is my business and I love yoga. And I completely dislike when yoga is being projected in a wrong manner. So that was, I think, could be the possible reason that I really wanted to do this. I never really thought it will create this much hype or this and that, but it's I'm happy with the outcome, and I'm thankful that people read it and appreciate it. So yeah, there was nothing, any particular thing. It was just that I don't like what some people are doing, and they are putting the word yoga, and I wanted to give a clear, transparent scene of yoga. Yeah.
When it comes to being in this industry, particularly I'm talking about, lots of authors are working on a particular kind of image, a particular kind of personal brand building, you can say. ठीक है, if आज से 2 से 5 साल बाद my book gets released, people मुझे इस नाम से जाने कि ठीक है इस author की book है, they want to be remembered as a certain genre kind or certain type of author. So when it comes to you, have you ever thought about it कि okay ठीक है आज से 3-4 साल बाद अगर कोई मेरा पुराना रीडर मेरी बुक लेके उठा के पढ़ रहा है, तो what they can expect that sudden thought कि अच्छा ठीक है प्रदीप सर की बुक है, बुक ऐसी होनी चाहिए या ऐसा, मतलब मुझे इस बुक से ये मिलेगा. Ever thought about that?
Well, not really, but if you have asked, I would say that something practical. Yeah, and informative. Yeah.
Okay.
If I ever release a second book, it will be practical and more informative.
So as you said, if I ever release a second book, so is there anything planned, like anything in the pipeline, or you haven't thought about it as of now?
Well, yeah, I have been talking to my publishing house. Nothing concrete yet, but I believe, given I have time as well, so 1 or 2 years.
Okay. Definitely, all those people, all those readers who have already read your book will be really happy to listen this, but still 1 to 2 years is a quite long time.
Yeah, but that's assumption. Maybe my publishing house will push me to release earlier.
Definitely, sir. So sir, personally what I have seen that after the first lockdown was over, the numbers of authors got increased very rapidly. There was a boom in this book industry, what I have personally seen, what I have personally felt. So as you are someone who has completed this journey, now you are on the other side of the river, you have published a book. So when it comes to talking particularly about this industry, how difficult it has become to make your book stand out as of now? आफ्टर गेटिंग सो मच ऑफ बुक्स, लाइक हर हफ्ते देखा जाए तो 100 से ज़्यादा बुक्स पब्लिश हो रही हैं, सो उसमें अपने बुक को स्टैंड आउट कराना आपके हिसाब से कितना इस वक्त मुश्किल हो चुका है?
Not really, Gaurav.
हम्म,
Not really. You know, there are some authors who really, they want, the first thing that they think is that they have to make their book go boom. It should be doing very well business and go viral and all that. And based on that thought, they create a kind of content that is for the mass appeal and this and that. So even that thing works for them. What I believe in is that you should have a niche market not niche readers, set of readers who have interest. Like for me, it's very clear. I'm always going to write about just fitness, wellness, and what scenario it holds in the world and where it is going and stuff. So those are my targeted audience. I don't want to go into other things. So I would say that if somebody have that kind of niche, at least your book will not be a complete flop.
Okay. So, sir, like, do you have any particular writing schedule as of now? Like, do you devote some particular hours to writing, or it's like random जैसा मेरे साथ होता है basically? कभी कोई thought आया तो कहीं phone में डायरी में लिख लिया, फिर बाद में बैठ के लिख रहे हैं. How does it goes with you?
जब भी मैं वाइन की बोतल खोलता हूँ लिखने लग जाता हूँ. Nothing as per I say schedule or anything. Whenever I have time and whenever I feel like that I don't have to be on laptop or near the phone, I open my bottle of wine and I just start to write.
Start to flow in the reverse of words.
I have realized I write best when I'm drinking.
Okay, sir. So, sir, as of now, like we have talked about your book, about your journey, about your upcoming things as well. But when it comes to talking about your personal life, what I personally feel that even I have read it somewhere as well कि एक इंसान किताबों के पीछे ना बहुत अलग होता है. Like जो लिख लेता है उसके पीछे वो बहुत अलग होता है. So when it comes to you, what are your times which you tag as the happiest moment of life? Like there must be a lot of them, but if you can share any one of them with us, then that would be really great.
Happiest. Actually there are many.
Indeed.
But still, if something that stands out to me was my father giving me my first car. Even though I have a better car now that I bought for myself, but that my father gave, I think it was a precious moment.
Definitely. That must be something which you always gonna cherish.
And actually I wanted a bike, but he did not.
Wow.
Safety conscious. And today I don't own a bike.
That's an obedient son.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed that moment when I had my own car. Yeah.
So, sir, let's go back to the time when you heard the message from the publisher कि tomorrow your book will be live. Okay, so on that particular eve, what was going on in your mind? Like, have you just were you feeling stressed, relaxed, excited, or you just marked up some milestones? Okay, these many people know me, my book has to be sold out these many copies in these days. What was going on in your mind at that time?
Nothing. I was just happy that at least my book is getting published, and I partied that night.
Okay.
Yeah. I was not really thinking how many copies it will sell and not, and no, nothing like that. No stress. I was excited. I was happy that at least something by me is getting out that can, help people in knowing few things. So yeah, I was just happy. Even if my book, one person can get changed by reading the book, I'm more than happy.
In fact, sir, I really feel blessed. Like when we started this podcast, it was like 2 years ago. In 2021, we started in Feb. So at that time, the sole purpose of starting this podcast was कि हर हफ्ते अगर 100 से ज़्यादा books release हो रही है तो, but we are the people who are in this industry, so we know much many authors as normal people do. But अगर आप normal लोगों से पूछो तो वो hardly 10 बताने में they want उससे ज़्यादा नहीं बता पाएंगे वो। तो वैसे
बिल्कुल।
लोगों को लाइमलाइट में लाना वाज द मेन एसेंस, मेन द सोल पर्पस ऑफ दिस पॉडकास्ट हमारा था। एंड आई ट्रूली फील ब्लेस्ड टू शेयर दीज एपिसोड्स विद पीपल लाइक यू हु थिंक बियॉन्ड फाइनेंशियल थिंग व्हेन इट कम्स टू बुक, बिकॉज बहुत सारे क्या मतलब मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द ऑथर्स आर इनटू दिस कि मेरी बुक बेस्ट सेलिंग हो जाए या फिर मेरी बुक इतनी सोल्ड आउट हुई, क्या हुआ, ये सब। बट स्टिल देयर आर पीपल लाइक यू हु जस्ट थिंक बियॉन्ड द मनी थिंग. So I truly feel blessed to share this episode with you.
Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck as well in future, that you keep on underdog writers like me, you give them a platform where we can share our things. So it's a beautiful thing you are doing, and may God bless you. You do wonders, and you interview 100 people in a week.
Thank you so much, sir. So sir, my next question to you is like, when it comes to talking specifically about reviews, do you read your reviews?
No, I
Okay.
don't do that actually.
Okay, why that, sir? Like most of the people just every day go through their reviews कि ठीक है, what are the changes, क्या अच्छा लगा, क्या खराब लगा, क्या बहुत अच्छा लगा, ये देखने के लिए। आप ऐसा नहीं करते?
I have not done it, to be honest. Maybe I should start. Tonight only I will drink. I will drink and I will read my reviews.
Okay, sir. So sir, probably my last question to you of this podcast is like, after listening to this podcast, many people will start writing, और उन्होंने या फिर उनका फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट उनके लैपटॉप में होगा, उनके डायरी में होगा. So when it comes to you, like what are your advices for those upcoming authors?
Writing is a way of bringing anything out from your heart, from your soul, from your emotions, even from your subconscious mind. Writing is a responsible thing. Whatever you write, people read it. It should be correct. It should be meaningful. It should be informative.
Mm-hmm.
A writer should always kind of, there are two decision makers in our body. One is our heart and one is our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do not write just because you want to make the money. Write so that you can satisfy your soul. If your writing is good, it will be liked and it will make money, obviously. But people, the perception of reading is that they're reading someone. And if that someone is being transparent, honest, I think it will appeal more. So be yourself. Whatever comes out from your heart and mind, just write it. Don't worry about what people will say and think. You will find your niche market among there.
Okay, so that's all for today, guys. I hope you must have enjoyed this lovely conversation with Pradeep sir. And if you do, then do follow our podcast, Reading the Author, available on all the leading podcast platforms. Don't forget to buy and read the book. आप जस्ट Amazon पे जाएं, वहाँ पे सर्च करें प्रदीप फोगट, या फिर आप सर्च कर सकते हैं योगा पास्ट प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर. सर की बुक आ जाएगी. ज़रूर खरीदें, पढ़ें और अपने जानने वाले चाहने वालों के साथ ज़रूर शेयर करें. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show. It was my honor to be able to host you today.
Thank you very much, Gaurav.